My name is Lyn Ott. About 5 years ago, my wife and I moved into this house. And about that time, I began to paint paintings of Meher Baba. At first, I only did a few paintings of Meher Baba. But gradually I started to paint Baba more and more. And soon I found that I was painting Baba exclusively. I don't think that I would have painted Baba or become a painter of Meher Baba if Baba had not moved us into this house, which is situated on the Meher Spiritual Center. But it seems to be a perfectly suitable and appropriate environment for the production of artworks concerned with Meher Baba and Meher Baba's life. Because the people who come here to visit find it completely natural that I would be painting paintings of Meher Baba. Whereas anywhere else, I would always have to be explaining to people why I am painting paintings of Meher Baba. And so there's, in the painting of Meher Baba here in this home, there is very little what you call self-consciousness about the fact that I'm painting Meher Baba. It's just a perfectly natural thing. It's like eating, sleeping, and breathing. And my wife and I both feel this way about painting Baba all the time. And everyone who comes here expects to see paintings of Meher Baba. This large painting over here to my left was begun last October. And the whole painting was done in about 2 weeks. I like to do large paintings of Meher Baba. I feel that the large paintings express the grandeur and radiance of Baba's divine personality, and that this can't be fully captured in a small painting. This painting only took 2 weeks because I worked on it consistently every day. Usually the large paintings take several months to complete because I'm working on many paintings at once. I became Baba's painter by moving here to live on the Meher Spiritual Center. That's how I became Baba's painter. I have always been a painter in this life. But as I say, I would not have painted Meher Baba as I do if Baba had not permitted us and set it up for us to come and live here in this environment. Yeah. Meher Baba did not instruct me to paint paintings of Baba. He only told me to paint for Baba. And it soon was apparent to me that the best way to paint for Baba, and really the only way to paint for Baba, is to paint Baba. I feel that the expression of my painting and the development of my style had reached the point when I found out about Meher Baba where it was very easy for the image of Meher Baba to appear in my painting without my changing anything about my painting. I simply introduced the form of the God-man. And that this wouldn't have been possible at an earlier stage in my development as a painter. I think Baba waited until I had developed and evolved to a certain point in my work. And that this wouldn't have been possible at an earlier stage in my development as a painter. I think Baba waited until I had developed and evolved to a certain point in my work. that I finally heard about Meher Baba, became the follower of Meher Baba and began to make many paintings of Meher Baba. If I had heard about Baba earlier, I don't think that my painting would have developed to the point where I could express Baba as he is expressed in these paintings. I think that it took the many years of just being devoted to painting to get to a point where I could make paintings of Baba. If I had heard of Baba earlier, I would have lost my incentive to develop myself as a painter. All the research of learning to paint went on before I heard about Meher Baba, and I was ready to paint Meher Baba when I heard about him. And that's basically how I became a painter of Meher Baba, paintings of Meher Baba.
Okay, no change. How many more minutes? Can I put more things on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it on?
Okay. All right.
Do you have any more? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot more, but I won't always do it with it here. Add up.
Begin.
This is Phyliss Ott. And here are watercolors that I've done over the past 4 years here on the center. And they tell a lot about my inner life, but they also tell of a heroic and meaningful, universal. That's Meher Baba. Now, without Meher Baba, I could not have functioned as a painter. I was inspired at one time to some kind of social comment. And these are bitter pictures when they're talking of man's inhumanity to man. But it wasn't until meeting Meher Baba and being touched by the possibility of one's inner life being a brave adventure, that it became possible for me to have the energy to paint. And I guess that's what we mean when we say by Baba's grace. Perhaps it has other meanings, but in this case, I guess it means that, to have a drive that doesn't come from a little motive, comes only from something that Baba himself motivated. Now, Baba's life has woven itself into my own life. And my darshan with Baba I project into pictures in which Baba gives darshan to actual people and to made-up people. Here's an old one of Baba with Dada Chanji. Now, I always do Baba as full of color, and then I do the disciple as being kind of ghost-like, colorless. Although I feel a great deal of love for Dada Chanji, I still do it that way, because it is only when the soul is present that you have the full color of Baba's humanity. And this is a kind of, should I put it over it? Yeah. This one is a made-up one of Baba and the Bhajan singer. And I call it The Concert, and it has all of Baba's humor, and I'd heard about how Baba would tolerate the love expression of anyone who came to him. And she's probably singing, Now, Baba's romantic side moves me very much. And here's Baba with his arms around his Sita, Mehera, and their romance is very personalized to me and is part of my own life. Baba as the handsome daddy, probably with myself imaged as a child between his knees, is also part of that same romance. Or here are my own children taking Baba's darshan in this room. You can see, you can turn around if you want and take a picture of the chair that I have Baba sitting in this one. The big green chair in this room. You can take a picture of that chair if you want. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And here, for instance, I'm always trying to do Baba's romance with his Radha Mehera, and I was just told that I get myself again and again. You can get that face, you can photograph that face. I'd like to see it because they say I get myself. And then when Baba, just before he dropped his body, or at least I thought he was still in the body, I painted this picture. And it was exactly at the time that Baba dropped his body, within minutes of the time. We didn't know till 2 days later. And I was thinking how unusual I've done Baba lying down instead of sitting in a chair, and he's being held by one figure who's blue, and someone who knew more about it said, that's interesting because Eric turned blue in giving Baba artificial resuscitation, so that this living my life in terms of Baba's heroic life is somehow or other confirmed by Baba in this little miracle here. I still didn't know that Baba had dropped the body when the next night I painted this one of Baba releasing a child like an arrow. Leslie was calling to me to kiss her goodnight, and I said, just a minute, I've got to do this. And somehow or other, I suppose that Baba's dropping of his body is the releasing of the word through this child. I don't know really what it means. Then I want to just, this one is interesting because although it's based on a photograph, not many of these are, some are based on photographs. This one is empathetic. I did someone else's darshan, but this is the way I felt Baba gave darshan to Lyn, and I always felt myself as being just the observer. I expressed that a lot in my little paintings of myself just watching, that I'm not the darshani. This one, which is based on a photograph, shows the women Mandali like little girls, and here they've put their dolly to bed for the night in the down here in the crypt. I think that was just about the way it was too. This is based on Baba's healing of Lyn. There's Baba, and he has his hands over Lyn's eyes. It's very, very much involved with my life as the wife of a man who has a great suffering because of the loss of his sight. And there's a child calling. It's part of it. I think people who have a life would understand this painting. And Baba's miracle is the blind shall see the real. That's Baba's miracle. This one was requested by Lyn. I did this for Lyn. It's of Baba in the act of compassion. This one I painted at Lyn's request. Sometimes he brings me a photograph and he commissions a painting. And this one is, he admires my watercolors. Sometimes he criticizes them. But I've done watercolors since I'm 11 years old, so I know them very well. And this is illumined by a student of Persian, and it's Hafid's. The words say, oh, perfect, I am the slave of my master who has set me free from illusion. Something like that.
Who has released me from ignorance.
Who has released me from ignorance. And then there are others here, but I don't think they'd be. Oh, this is interesting up here. This is a bouquet of flowers that. This is a bouquet of flowers that someone lovingly purchased and put together for Baba's birthday last year. And then I took these flowers when they were finished with their work at the center and brought them to children to paint, and I painted them too. So this is actually a painting of a gift of love to Baba, of chrysanthemums that were gifted to Baba last year for his birthday. So this is, I think, a good one to stop with because, again, it's that complete integration of my life here at the center into Baba and the paintings as being just part of this life. Let's see what it sounded like. This is true, isn't it, Lyn? Isn't that quite true? Mm-hmm.